Hello, YouTube! It's not quite the 26th, but it is the 29th of October 2023. I am your host, Ordotsar, and we are getting closer to 150 episodes of the podcast, which is amazing. So, I would have talked about G2's disappointing me, but I think I'd rather just talk about, CSGO. No, CS2, because I've noticed an issue that is really annoying me. I'm gonna provide the scenario, and you're probably gonna know what it is. So you win pistol, you lose next round, you force, you lose again. Okay, that's fine. You eco, you lose the round that you're meant to eco, but it's fine because you have a gun round coming up, and it's like you can probably stop the economy from ballooning, which is fine. And it's a CT-sided map anyway, so it's like the fact that you even got the pistol round as a T is not exactly the most expected thing. You know what I mean? But someone decides to leave. This has happened in most games. In matter of fact, I would probably say that of the 20 or so games I have played on my own, not including the ones that I've played with people like Johnny and that, probably like, 90-ish% of my solo queue losses have been because players randomly decide to leave. It's like, this problem was never that bad in Go. Like, I was playing at a rank, like, high Master Guardian, low, up until like Supreme. I spent probably most of my go time at those elos, especially once I actually started trying, which occurred like probably a year or two after getting the game, but still, whatever. So like 2017 to 2023, I spent most of my time in decently high elo, and it's like there were players, especially in Lem, that did have egos that were like, if we don't 16-0 them, I'm FFing, I'm writing GG whatever after pistol because the 16-0 is gone. Okay, whatever. That is those kind of players. But it's like, they would rarely ever actually disconnect. They'd mostly just troll, but it's like, normally, you can as long as they don't spawn with the bomb, you could actually adapt your style to, actually get a few rounds here and there. Or if you got lucky, you could just brute force enough rounds that, once you got to CT side, you'd be fine. Especially on CT-sided, places like Inferno, of course, is a famous one. As a matter of fact, I've mostly been playing Inferno because it's the only map where I only need, 5 more wins to get a rank. But it's like, I've really noticed it's like, the quality of player is just going down. You know what I mean? It's like, their mentals are worse than some players that I've seen in League of Legends. And I feel like that could actually kill the, it's competitive, but it's not quite, pro part of CS2. Like, I imagine this probably won't affect anybody that plays Surf or whatever, so, they're fine. But it's like, for those of us that actually want to get to a decent level on matchmaking, yeah, I'm not gonna lie. Valorant has issues, similar issues, but I don't think they're as bad as this. Normally, the issues with Valorant are that, the insta-lock duelists don't want to entry. That's normal, so they don't want to do their job, which means that it's impossible to play. And it's like, I think 90-ish% of my solo losses, not including the few that when I was playing with like Johnny and that, moderate JK, and the others. So I thought I'd just leave that comment. I want to ask if you I'll leave. I don't know what I was gonna say. I thought I'd just talk about this because I feel like this is an issue that is that I don't think I've ever seen it this bad. It's like, people will literally leave over losing the pistol round. People will leave over being 3-1 down. Like, 3-1 is nothing. I've seen comebacks happen at 13-1. Sure, it required the final round to be won, and then, the winning of the next pistol, obviously. But, like, it was doable. In CSGO, it's like, it was understood that the game was winnable until the enemy team reached 15 rounds. And even then, you could still get a draw out of it. And even then, it's like, you were still playing at the very least to limit your loss, to make sure that you wouldn't, need 2-3 wins or whatever to get back to a point where you're almost promoted. Anyway, this has been this week's episode of the Ordotsar podcast. Please forgive me for it being late. Rant is basically over. Thank you all for watching. This has been Ordotsar, and I'll see you all next, so, about 4-ish days. God bless you all.